to our homeboy. Player.
Motherfucking to Mr. Ivan Street. Passed away at the age of 67 from congestive heart failure or something. He died suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
And my man's body ends up at the funeral home, and two different women show up claiming he's their husband. They both want something different with the service. So one wife wanted him buried. The other wife wanted him cremated. So this shady ass, this hustling ass funeral home sold both
Times
funerals.
Tough.
Real shit.
And see, and they would have got away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids and her dog. The wife with the urn gets home at like no ashes. Like all the dude had to do was just fill that thing up with some ashes. Like who knows what human remains looks like?
No. What happened? They didn't give it. Remember, they didn't give it to her. They moved it as soon as the service was over. They hid it from her.
They hid it.
They hid it from her. She didn't even get to touch the urn. They just took it after the service, because she held that service and she was singing. And then after it was over, they took the urn and hid it.
Man, look.
It was like, what urn?
The day she ordered that shit, all they had to do was go to an AA meeting and take all the cigarette ashes out the ashtrays and put that motherfucker in there.
Dude, I'm telling you, first of all, man, they were so cold blooded, man, that they said that eventually they told her that she was old buddy was already buried.
Damn.
Here's his plot, and what you gonna do about it?
Yeah. That's what they say.
But what are the odds of this happening? You got two ladies, and they want two separate arrangements.
Well, I could tell you, we had that shit just happen to us. Dig it.
Seriously?
Let me tell you something. Good man. He passed away. Gentleman passed away, got sick due to COVID. Had a beautiful woman in his life. While she was making all the arrangements, they were supposed to get married. They didn't get married, though. While she was making all the arrangements, Holmes wanted to be cremated. While she was making all the arrangements, the ex-wife came in, I think the same motherfucking day, where her kids took the body, and I think they had their own little thing, like a funeral, and I don't know. We still don't know what they did.
They don't know where his body.
They don't
know what they did with the body.
We don't know what the fuck happened. We just know that, his present, the woman that was presently his woman, she grieving heavy because she never got the closure that she desired. Let me say something, man. Motherfuckers get crazy at these funerals when a person dies.
But this was crazy because they both had certificates. One had the seal, one didn't.
See?
So they went with the one who had the seal and was like, we didn't put him in the ground already.
See,
they just finessed the other one and was like, she wanted him cremated. We could make that up. They didn't even go get no ashes.
But see, she sounded fugazi though. I know she was his wife, but they were going through separation. The divorce just didn't go through. They filed for it in like 2018. Sounded to me like she didn't know that she might have been the side motherfucker for a while, and she just found out at the funeral. Either way, that's some cold shit that funeral home did.
The funeral home is cold.
They like
I read it and was like, hold on, man, hold on. What? How do you take advantage of people at this time?
They like
that's what they do.
Mr. Black.
That's what they do. Just think about the money it costs to die. Like they take advantage of people so bad. Like who gives a shit? Number one, like if you think that there's an afterlife and you go in there, what you leave behind don't matter to anyone. You know, if it wasn't for funeral homes making a business out of your sorrow, like you would leave bodies in unmarked graves. Like you I just think like the reason why pirates wore earrings was just in case their body washed up and it would pay for a burial. You know, like that's the amount of money a burial costs. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, that was their logic.
Yeah, I mean that was real.
Shit.
But now we come to today where even to cremate a person and will run you thousands of dollars. For what?
Dollars.
For what? This is compost. It's human compost. Bury that shit in the backyard. Grow some tomato plants or something. It shouldn't cost you a fortune to die. And then it just leads into this greed where somebody sells 2 funerals for one body. And then it's too stupid to fill up an urn with just anything.
Right.
I just bury the empty casket. Cremate the body, bury the empty casket. Who would have fucking dug him up?
Right. Cuddy, this is the thing, man. Decency has been exchanged for greed, man. Oh, decency has been exchanged for greed, man. And then they act like they're giving you a deal. This casket usually goes for $10,000, but I can come down to $7,000 for you. No, motherfucker, that's how much it costs. $7,000.
Yeah,
that's how much it costs. Like,
and it's not just that. It's the whole show. It's the minister, the church. You know, all that costs money. Nobody's doing that shit for free.
Right?
No, not even the Lord's
cooking
work
afterwards or whatever. That part.
Right?
Yeah, they're not doing that shit for free. All those years that person didn't put into that church or whatever. Yeah. We need to get paid for the service, even though they didn't, been in the church since they were 6 years old.
Yeah.
What's the little papers and shit with the picture on them? It tell you who they preceded by or some shit, or who they survived by.
Obituary.
The obituary in the paper, but then the service that they give you at the funeral, all that shit costs bread, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. They took advantage of this. They took advantage of this. These 2 ladies,
yes, they did.
That is cold. And again, the one who did the one with the urn, there was nothing in the urn itself. It was empty.
Have you guys ever heard of these funeral homes actually taking tissues out of dead bodies and selling them for science? Like, I guess long bones are very valuable. Yeah. These are the type of shady operators that will sell your loved ones pieces and parts for bucks and still charge you the full amount for a funeral. Like you never meet any broke
even though
funeral
they're missing,
directors.
Right. What was it? Those 2 twin brothers down south who were the business was so good that they were stacking bodies on top of bodies inside their facility, and shit was starting to leak. Because they're down south and there's like their refrigeration broke, and down south humidity, bodies, and people started complaining about the damn smell. They were just stacking bodies on top of bodies inside their funeral home. I mean, bodies were getting bloated, all kind of stuff because they were too cheap to invest in their equipment.
Right.
And doubling up. Putting extra bodies, 2 bodies in a casket. All kind of foulness, man.
Damn. Yeah, people ain't shit, man. But that's what it boiled down to.
Realistically, like they're selling they're selling bullshit. They know it. We all know it.
Yeah.
But we just kind of get pressured into doing what everybody else wants to do that you think is right. Like, none of this shit is right. We all been sold a bill of goods, and none of this. What kind of sense does it make to fill a body up with preservatives? You know what I mean? Somebody die of old age, we're gonna fill them up with preservatives just in case when somebody comes back, we gonna resurrect this old ass body because that's exactly what you want. Is the same shit you left behind. Yeah, I can't wait to come back and be the zombie me when Jesus comes back. Like, what kind of sense does this make? But no. I mean, embalming is $1,000.
That's what it is.
$2,000, $3,000 process. Yeah, yeah. We're all getting hustled.
It's law. You cannot.
That shit like $2,800.
You can't put a body in the ground. As
cremation.
You got to put those preservatives in there, man.
Yeah. Don't make
crazy.
Any sense. Ashes, dust. Not if you locked in a sealed container filled with formaldehyde. Like, ain't no ashes to ashes, ain't no dust to dust. No. Like, that's just weird. There's something off about that. I don't know. That's just me. Fuck funerals. Fuck funeral homes. I'm sorry for this dude, but like, man.
It's the woman, man.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the dude, man. Cold, I mean, he can't even rest peacefully. He left these two women behind.
You're like, shit, y'all put me in the wrong place, motherfucker.
Ain't no telling what his wishes.
Yeah, what was his wishes? He might have wanted to sit up on a motorcycle.
See, I saw that. That's some creepy shit. That's nasty, strange. Man. I saw that. That wasn't even cool. I don't know who in the hell thought that would be a dope ass idea to have a dude stuffed on a damn motorcycle for his service. Dude, somebody got to veto those last wishes, man. That'll be like, oh hell no, man. We gonna burn him.
What's the motherfucker? What's the motherfuckers? The taxidermies?
Yeah.
That's what they did. They put him on his motorcycle. I seen some other shit, man. He was at his funeral.
That was creepy as hell.
He was at a party, man. They had this other cat sitting in the chair. He's dead, and the motherfucker girl just twerking on him.
Yeah,
motherfucker's dead, and the motherfucker.
Seriously,
you guys ever heard of an Irish wake?
What's that?
Oh, would they bring the body to the house?
Yeah, they bring a body in.
Is that and put them like on the dining room table?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
And they toast around them and tell stories and stuff. I mean, it's a pretty cool send off, but it's a little strange.
It's a little creepy because I saw that one and they put him on a pool table.
And this is Irish.
And they call it an Irish wake. I don't know if it's Irish. I don't know if that's just like some racist bullshit that somebody came up with. But
could be.
And put it on them. But I definitely I've seen that, and it's. I get that because certain people, back in the day, folks died at home, and that was it. You know what I mean? They set them up, they put them on a block of ice. You know what I mean? And that was it. A couple days later, they put them in a hole that the family dug. That's it. But now, dude, big business, big business.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And just think, they sell you that plot of land, and there is really no time limit on how long they have to keep it yours. So like the next week, they could bury someone on top of you and then put a new marker in.
Man,
that's crazy.
How you even going
to
fucking know if they honoring that time limit, man?
You don't. There's no rule. They had I want to say it was like out in Illinois somewhere near Chicago, but they had a cemetery that ran out of space. So they started digging up old caskets and kind of throwing them in the back and then burying new people in the old spots. And there was nothing anyone could do about it. They dug up some like jazz legend, just dumping them out back. There's no.
They showed the caskets and everything.
Yeah, some of them cracked open.
They just dumped the bodies
like
in the
Thriller.
Yeah, it was like slide them down the hill or whatever on the backside. All you saw was like old fucking caskets. It made the news. It made the news.
Deep.
The bodies were in them?
Yeah.
Dang. That's some morbid shit, man.
Hey, man, the whole business is morbid.
It's business.
Like, what do you expect? Like, let these people decompose, man. Like, bury some trees over them or something. I don't know. But, like, there's no sense that you need to dig up a casket and then kick a taxidermy body down a hill because you ran out of space. Like, just stop taxidermying people.
Right.
Like.
And let them decompose.
Motherfucker sitting on the motorcycle down the hill. Just on the side and shit.
Yeah, man.
They actually showed the footage of these caskets, man.
That's great.
Yeah, man. They're digging them up and putting folks on top of folks for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's wild.
It's a big business, man. But gentlemen, I think we need to we can segue over to our final topic of this evening.
The main topic.